The last artifacts of the Cybrex are nearing the grasp of the Modian Curators' fins. Will the might of the precursors be enough to deter the prodding of our nearest neighbors, though? Hello, Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris First Contact in our Clandestine Curiosity series. This is the Eartheus system, speaking of prodding neighbors. I set this station up in the last episode just in the off chance, we might need a little bit of extra defense. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in just a few hangar bays to help protect not only that station, but nearby trade routes. Also, I just realized as the recording started that we have 75 influence, which means this construction ship that's heading to Obeshoth can be given the order to actually build the starbase in Obeshoth, which I would like to do, because there's an archaeological site to be explored there. I'm going to go ahead and send this construction ship to Zoad, so it's a little bit backed off from the exact border system. Speaking of the Cybrex, ancient Cybrex base, the hostile and unforgiving world of Sidor 4, was home to what once appears to have been a large Cybrex base. Nothing remains of it now, aside from scattered debris and a large crater. We will have to investigate the site of the base more closely if we are to learn more.
There is new information in the situation log.
Let's go ahead and do that. Jane Sackville is getting up there in age. The fact that she's still alive is genuinely impressive, so we will probably lose her this episode. Also, yes, that's right, Modia. Let's go ahead and build an agriculture district because we have some unemployment and a food shortage. Those two problems are synergistic, shall we say. Put them together, and the solution is singular and obvious. What else can we do here? All right, still...
Space charts updated.
I suppose... No, I would rather wait until I have some other... that might have been her. Yep, there goes Jane. Wow, that was well-timed. Ooh. Mathilda Castleross is our... Oh, Synthetic God is such a good track. Yeah, I'm going to have you take over. She has an Archaeo Studies specialty, and that just seems like a good thing to have. And that way, we have an experienced scientist taking over this science ship. Let's finish that research project and then take over... Alright, yeah, you shouldn't do that. Just research that anomaly and then this anomaly. We should be good to go. Let's go up to speed 2. You can't not just... If you don't move a little bit when this track is playing, unless that's uncomfortable for any reason, or impossible, at least like if your soul doesn't move a little bit, let's put it that way. I want to get that checked. Genevieve Allenby has died at the age of 77, so... Oh wow, that's 2 top-tier scientists dying within moments of each other. I have definitely never had this happen before in an alternate universe, ever. They actually did better this time than before. But I think I want to go ahead and still send... Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to send you here, and then here, and then here, and then I want you to auto-explore. Virginia Newdigate is... Or if you want to be slightly more suggestive about it, Virginia Nudegate is... God, the name set is just fantastic. Is our new scientist here. And she has increased survey speed, 25%, thanks to the roamer trait. So we will send her this direction, and she'll be able to survey all of that much more quickly. Colonial bureaucracy, let's see. Additional edicts fund, additional intel level, and the ability to build the administrative park. Nice. Alright, I think I do... Man, I really want to go ahead and get these. Also, this tech, Ancient Suspension Field, I really... Now that, especially now that I have an Archaeo Studies scientist in the Society slot, which would be boosted, or that would provide a boost to the Ancient Suspension Field tech. I want to get that studied, but I think first let's go ahead and go with orbital filing system. That's funny. Efficiency and progress can be ours once more now that our administrators have near instant access to the paperwork that defines their lives. Wow, that's dedication. I'm going to go ahead and say eco-simulation, actually, because it's a super cheap technology, 13 months away, and it will help resolve our food shortage. Okay? That's the path we're going to take. Who just died? Oh my god, Marianne Sidebottom's dead. I shouldn't have said anything about how awesome the name system was. That was the first one that got me this entire series. Okay, let's replace her with architectural interest. Cheaper buildings, cheaper districts, and faster build speed. Alright, so that agriculture district just finished building, so I would imagine the unemployed pop in about 10 days should fix that food shortage. We have found debris on Sidar 4 from a large ship that does not appear to have been of Cybrex origin in the crater that was once the site of their base. Our archaeologists speculate that the ship belonged to one of the organic civilizations under Cybrex attack. If so, it may have been sent to collide with the base on some kind of suicide run. No other explanation for the destruction of the base has been found. So we gain a Cybrex artifact, 10 minor artifacts, and 824 engineering research. An interesting find indeed. Shuttle crash on Fear Mathrios 1. During a clandestine mission to the surface of Fear Mathrios 1, one of our shuttles was intercepted by a squadron of atmospheric fighters belonging to a local nation-state. A lucky missile hit disabled the shuttle's engines, and it crashed in a remote wilderness. We need to act fast if we're to evacuate any survivors before the Pre-FTLs reach the crash site. All evidence of our presence must be removed. Time is short. So, this is a special project. Right. So they are now partially aware of us. That's not good. So we need a science ship in orbit. Thankfully, we happen to have a science, like this brand new scientist happens to be going through Fear Mathrios right now. If that's not luck, I don't know what is. That did not happen in the alternate universe, let me tell you.
What have we here?
What have we here? This asteroid recently suffered an impact from another body within the asteroid belt, which resulted in a slightly changed orbit and a massive crater on the surface. Go ahead and research that, please. Also, let's go ahead and get those mining and research stations built. It'd be nice to get the Sepollan system as well, but I'm not determined to get it.
We grow ever stronger.
Do I have an envoy set up for espionage? No, not yet. So we need to do that. The Jubaran Authority has declared the Latrepian star hierarchy their rival. So these guys are now rivals with these guys. And we're stuck in the middle. Lovely. Asteroid collision. Upon closer examination, we have discovered that a smaller asteroid consisting almost entirely of precious metals recently collided with RF-97. This small but dense cache of metals was hidden just beneath the asteroid's surface, but now that it has been discovered, it should be accessible to mining. A lucky find. Let's see what else I can do here. Okay, so that rivalry has just been made mutual. Toxic terraforming candidate discovered in the Sidinope system. So we have a couple of science ships going to investigate that, but first, we're making sure that those observers are safely removed from the surface of Fear Mathrios 1. So they have been rescued, it seems. Operatives from the MCS Explorer managed to evacuate several survivors from the crash shuttle on Fear Mathrios 1. The remaining debris, very timely music by the way, was destroyed in a controlled explosion, leaving nothing but a small crater for the Pre-FTLs to find. The nation-state where the incident occurred will no doubt blame its neighbors for this border violation, but hopefully the disruption to their natural environment, or their natural development, will prove minimal. Holy crap, words. Society research gained 1,141. Excellent.
Our science ship be under attack.
What? Where? Oh. The life tree protectors. Wait. What are you doing way over there? The life tree is here. Why are... If you kill Madeline Illingworth, I'm going to be real upset. Alright, good. She got away.
Has been charted.
Alright, so this scientist needs to be set to automatic surveying. Well, that was upsetting. Okay, good. Virginia Nudegate is on the way. I'm sorry, I'm a child.
We grow ever stronger.
That's a lie, I'm not sorry. She's on the way up here to survey this area here. Alright, so subterfuge. We have either better encryption and better evasion, or better code breaking, operation skill, and tracking. Let's go ahead and get better encryption first, then we'll do the code breaking second, and then be able to get the middle bonus, which will give us an additional envoy, which might be the envoy that helps us spy on Fear Mathrials. We've got to reduce their awareness of us now.
Research complete.
Since some idiots got shot down, now we got to take care of that. I'm going to go ahead and say applied quantum physics here so that we can have that boost working in our favor. And also, yeah, the food shortage has been taken care of for now. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say alien topography is what I would like to research next. It's going to take 44 months, but I need to start working on those envoy techs so that I can gain the additional envoys. Because I have to get both of them in order to have a full extra envoy slot. This only gives us half an envoy. Not sure if it's the top half or the bottom half, but we only get half. Can't do much until we have a whole envoy. 1.0, not 0.5, not 0.25, not 0.33, not 0.66, not 0.69. Just 1.0 is what we need the total envoys to be. The total additional envoys. The total delta in envoys needs to be +1. We don't want it to be -1. That would be bad. That would in fact be
ever stronger.
a negative. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and add the Cephalon system. Not necessarily because I want to expand in this direction right now, but because I want to prevent these guys from expanding in this direction. So that's the plan. The awareness of the Kroll civilization on the Fear Mathrial system has decreased to low awareness. Fantastic. See, we're getting all these events now. These events were not popping up. And I should have noticed when I was recording these alternate universe episodes. So we're about, at the end of this one, we'll be halfway through how far I got before a commenter pointed out that there was an issue there. But anyway, I shouldn't talk about that too much, but it's fascinating to me how things are already playing out a little bit differently. So I can't help but comment on it at least a little bit. But we're definitely getting notifications where before we weren't. Okay, and so it begins. Remember what I said last episode about how I wish the envoy system were different? Here we go. Encounter in Jasmac. We have made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Jasmac system. For now, we have codenamed them Eta aliens, or Eta aliens, until we can find out more about them. If they possess a language, we must decipher it in order to establish communications. Interesting. Alright, so we'll take our spy that's working with the Thorquell Pact. The broken remains of 2 Cybrex warforms have been discovered in orbit around Conviab 2. They appear to have been destroyed in battle, but no debris from their adversary has been found. Either they were badly outmatched, or there is more to this engagement than it seems. Interesting. So why don't you go ahead and take a look at that. And that should be, if I am not mistaken... No, it's our second to last Cybrex artifact.
Hard to port. Our lookouts spy a space-borne life form.
Alright, Crown Princess Margaret Belvedere has developed new skills, so she now has an eye for talent. Nice. In addition to being a champion of the people and a frontier spirit. That's just the Crown Princess, though, not the actual leader. Even though the notification said it was the leader, it is not. Strong energy emissions of an unknown origin make this asteroid stand out from the rest of its peers in this crowded asteroid field. Okay. Research that, please. What's this? The awareness of Kroll civilization has increased to partially aware. It's decreased to low awareness. Increased to partially aware. By the way, this does happen. I've played a little bit offline, as I mentioned, and the back and forth of these notifications, with like multiple notifications arriving at once, does happen. We've discovered a new life form in Jasmac, although calling it a life form may be incorrect. The entities appear to be fully automated mechanical drones, built exclusively for some unknown industrial purpose. Observations will continue, but since it's likely that these machines are programmed with defensive protocols, it would be prudent to tread lightly. Keep looking, but use caution. Please and thanks. What's going on with our science ships? Oh, we can't go in either direction because there's a void. Oh, that's super annoying. Okay, well, in that case, why don't you all go up here? It's worth it. Yeah, I want you all over here exploring anyway. I want to figure out what's going on over here. So I'll give you a small spoiler. Since I have so much knowledge of the alternate universe and the future, might as well share it. There's no indication whatsoever that there's anything going on in this part of the galaxy. So that's why I'm like so curious, passively, silently so, like, yeah, let's send more scientists this direction. Because that's what I was kind of working on towards the end of the last 4. So I am slightly abusing my foreknowledge of this section of the galaxy. And really the lack of anything having been noticed there. Because I'm really curious what might be there, if anything. All right, let's go ahead and upgrade Port Eleanor's main colony building. Exotic radiation. This particular asteroid is an extrasolar capture and appears to have been washed with some kind of exotic radiation as it plummeted through interstellar space before finally settling in the Nordax system. The original source of this radiation remains unknown, but the MCS surveyor has been able to pick up a wealth of physics data by studying the asteroid's energy emissions. Remarkable. So we gained 939 physics research for that. Which is good, because we're actually researching something that will help all physics research get faster right now. So that got a boost from that particular anomaly.
A special project is finished.
I am going to go ahead and upgrade the Eartheus station. This archaeological project is completed. After studying the wreckage of the 2 Cybrex warforms over Conviab 2, Science Officer Harriet Grosvenor has concluded that they were most likely destroyed while fighting each other. This theory explains the lack of non-Cybrex debris, and it fits the damage patterns found on the wrecks. Why the 2 Cybrex vessels turned on each other remains a mystery, however. After they were immobilized, both warforms triggered some kind of self-destruct mechanism that fried their neural processors. Another physics boost, a Cybrex artifact, and 10 minor artifacts. So now we have one more anomaly in the area that I need to take a look at, and it's right up there. So let's get on that, because that could be the last Cybrex artifact. I know how I got the last one last time. I'm not going to spoil it, because it might happen again. But who knows? We'll just have to see. Also, wait a minute. Yeah, so we can use 500 of these minor artifacts to discover a precursor in sight. Alright, I'm not going to spend those until I know for sure that that's not, that this one up here is not a precursor site. Reports of deep space drones in certain systems have been investigated. The drones appear to be the workers and custodians of an autonomous orbital mining operation established millennia ago and then soon abandoned by all but the drones themselves, judging by the state of the processing equipment. The drones seem to lack any diplomatic comms protocols, at least any decipherable by the Modian Curators, and react with hostility to Modian ships entering the system. Their presence in the Jasmac system is intriguing, and we should attempt to learn more about them. So we will get the drone study project and 37 influence, and we will get our envoy back. Thank God. We have detected, the presence of a pre-FTL alien proto-civilization on Manward 3 in the Manward system, up here. Our probes show that their Neolithic culture, Neolithic, has mastered fire and developed a rudimentary spoken language, but we have yet to see any evidence of metallurgy or written communication. We should consider building an observation post above their world to study them more closely. Interesting. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons we want to expand in that direction. Just being able to fully observe a Neolithic culture from that point forward, that's just inherently exciting, you know? Alright, I am going to go ahead and get the UNIF system added because I don't want them to jump borders. We briefly detected some unusual energy readings emanating from this planet. It might have been a glitch in our systems, or it could be a sign of something more. This is in the manward system as well, so go ahead and research that, please. We're going to have multiple science ships in this area before long. They're already on the way. Actually, you're not on the way. Why are you not? Oh, the life... That's right. One of our science ships got scared off by the life tree protectors, so they have to be sent back. That makes perfect sense. I forgot. Hey! This is interesting. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just do some additional food production here. That's what makes the most sense to me. Yeah. Especially with all of our colonies growing a little bit more rapidly, you're going to want to make sure that as those populations are added, as the pops are added to each planet, you have enough food to support each one. Bunker bot. We have traced the unusual electromagnetic radiation emanating from Manward 2 to a secret subterranean bunker, hiding a mega computer the size of a battleship. Our researchers suspect that it may have been there for several thousand years, hard at work solving a single, very complex problem, the nature of which still eludes us. When the crew attempted to interact with the computer, they discovered that the facility, which had appeared both abandoned and unguarded, was in fact operated by a security AI, the highest purpose of which seems to be frying its visitors alive. As the crew defeated the AI, it broadcasted a message to an unknown recipient. Let it continue its mysterious calculations. So we got a nice Unity pool for that, lump sum for that, and we're going to go for that code-breaking tradition. And then the very next one that we get will give us an additional envoy. Speaking of additional envoys, let's go ahead and start spying on the Thorquell again. And we are now investigating Secunda Hiatum, which, again, I really hope this is... no, this says pigment poison, so I don't know if that's related to the Cybrex or not. I rather doubt it.
Intellectual booty.
So we'll find out. Vryn warriors sighted. For several months now, we have received scattered reports of small numbers of alien mercenaries and privateers operating on the frontiers of our space. They call themselves the Vryn and are apparently exiles from a nomadic culture inhabiting overcrowded space stations in and around the Ovani system. Their passage near our space proceeded without incident, but they warned us against trespassing in Ovani. There is no Vryn central government to speak of, but their various factions are engaged in constant infighting and often launch raids against neighboring star systems. Indeed, given their vast population and space-based production capability, the Vryn would likely be a significant galactic power if they ever stopped killing each other. Attempt to contact them. Outsiders, we are the Vryn. Unlike the civilized star nations of the galaxy, we have no single master to lord over us, but I've been chosen to convey this message to you on behalf of all the houses. Do not try to impose your soft and effete ways upon us. You may freely send your alien ships into Vryn territory, but do not expect them to return. Our warriors will welcome the diversion, however. Transmit on this frequency only if you wish to offer tribute, or if you have need of mercenaries, as well as the means to pay for them. End transmission. Okay, so our engineering research boost has finished. Ooh. All of these are good. I think I'm going to go ahead and research the cruiser, though. Always good to have a head start on that.
Space charts updated.
Probing the void. After years of study, some researchers on Iroquois are beginning to feel they understand the null void. There are currents, forces, some flow which gently pushes against the portal to Iroquois, bringing the traces of dark matter we're able to collect. In theory, it should be possible to make our portal more visible to this force, which should result in a larger harvest.
There is new information in the situation
so
log.
We can probe the void. We can also launch the drone study, so let's queue both of those up. And Port Eleanor has room for a new building. Question is, what should I build? I'm leaning towards civilian industries just to make sure we can continue to maintain our current surplus of consumer goods. I would like to increase the surplus as well. So that's something worth focusing on. And let's go ahead and get an industrial district for that very purpose. That'll give us both alloys and consumer goods over time.
We grow ever
Not necessarily
stronger.
immediately, but over time. All right, so it looks like these stations are done. The Unith station is being added. Wait. You need repairs. You need repairs like yesterday. Go. Right, you go get repairs. And then come back and survey. Please. I just realized how little health that ship has. Oh, hey! A galactic community. As more and more spacefaring civilizations establish formal relations with one another, the galaxy is becoming a vibrant and lively place. To avoid tragic misunderstandings between nations, an increasing number of diplomats have called for the establishment of a new pan-galactic organization, a community, if you will, where the empires of the galaxy can meet to discuss important matters. Should the Modian Curators pledge its support for the creation of the galactic community? Yes, this is a worthy endeavor.
Research complete.
Okay, so that physics research boost just finished. Ooh, the null void beam. I want to go ahead and finish that. But before I do that, I think what I'd like to do is... Man, so many good choices. I'm going to go ahead and start looking into gravitic sensors because I want to be able to keep track of what's going on my borders. I don't know enough at the moment, and I would like to know more.
Intellectual booty.
Nice. So we have that half envoy finished, thankfully. You know what? Screw it. Let's go ahead and go for the other half. It's going to take a while, but I really want that envoy.
Grow ever stronger.
So we're going to get those stations built in Unith and then send the construction ship to Franfred. I'm not even worried about the fact that this science ship is going to head back and need repairs, because I have 2 more on the way. Images capturing Secunda Item 3's mesmerizing purple-colored rain taken by the MCS Insolent's surface exploration probes somehow find their way into the hands of the cultural elite on Modia. While the discovery is of no scientific value, the evocative imagery of the colorful precipitation sparks a minor renaissance in the Modian art world, the positive effects of which shall be felt for years to come. Inspired arts modifier added for 20 years. Remarkable. So that's 10% extra happiness, which will help offset some of the low habitability of our colonies that we have so far. So that's a win. Despite recent skill improvements owing to accumulated experience, Governor Virginia Beaumont seems to be approaching the limits of her abilities. So she has a lower level cap now. Now this science ship has nothing else to do, so that brings me back to this screen. Let's go ahead and just use 500 there. We've discovered a precursor connection near Veldoram 2. Nice. Alright, so why don't you go down and look into that, please. Just so I can make sure I have the final Cybrex artifact sooner than later. We are closing in on the influence that we need in order to expand in this direction, so I'm definitely going to do as much as I can to make that happen. It's probably a good idea to start building up the actual defensive capabilities of some of these platforms. Right. Oh, hang on. Right now, I've got the Dragon and Whale class. I can do better than that. Let's go ahead and, as I recall, perfect, it did it again. We're going to use the name Bastion for a screen class, or a screen role defense platform, which is perfect. That's the name that was given to it last time, and we actually get to use that name, thank God. So, Dragon Whale Bastion. and I can probably buy more. Hang on. Perfect. Alright, so we'll need to do even more than that, but right now we don't have a huge alloy surplus. One thing I could do... Nice, the Galactic community has been born.
They wish to speak with
I
us.
could set an economic policy. Do not tell me that a scientist...
They wish to speak with us.
I'm sorry, what are you doing? I am so happy you survived because you are not supposed to be down there. What the heck? I told you to come up here and survey. All of my science ships should be exploring this area. What are you doing? Hang on. I'm going to look at this in a second. I'm genuinely annoyed. This is the one that was supposed to go all around the circle and has not done so. Alright, so the life tree protectors are just kind of wandering around this area. That's very frustrating. Alright, then we'll set up auto exploration after that, queued up. So let's read this, and this will make an interesting lore-based conclusion to the episode. The Matriarch, a creature of legend, swims languorously between the gas giants dotting the Caravan system. With tentacles longer than a Modian battleship, her gargantuan proportions defy all of our previous encounters with organic life. The creature's magnificent glowing hide stands out startlingly against the void of space. She appears to be quite old, remarkably so. A veritable ancient, covered end to end in battle scars and strange growths. A gigantic unexploded proton torpedo is lodged in the venerable matriarch's back, and the fractured remains of ships in the system speak of what matter of fate befell any vessels that strayed too close. Incredible. Here we go again. Encounter in Ofang. We have made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Ofang system. For now, we have codenamed them Beth aliens, until we can find out more about them. If they possess a language, we must decipher it. Okay. Okay. Who do I have to give up now? Beth aliens. Show first contact. Well, I'll take that spy network envoy and send him right back. Agnes Underhill, I know you're getting tired of this. Believe me, me too. It's this back and forth. This is what I was talking about. Like, does first contact really require an envoy? It's just busy work to send them back and forth when the envoys could just be doing one thing. Okay, so let's... I don't mean to complain. I just think it's something that, in an otherwise very nicely improved system, it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So I'm happy for the 2 steps forward, you know? And the 1 step back is questionable. So let's go ahead and... yeah, I'll do an agriculture district just to make sure, again, that the food surplus remains steady. We have a non-aggression pact invitation. I'm going to decline that. The Ralakith United Colonies, they're over here, want to establish an embassy. The Thorquell Pact want a non-aggression pact. You know what? I will take that, because I don't want to deal with aggression from them. I just don't. But I will take that. And with that, we're about 33 minutes into the episode. I'll go ahead and stop here. In the next one, we'll have to see. It's a bit of an uncertain moment, because it's hard to tell who my exact friends and enemies are. The Sibulan Hive technically has a Casus Belli on me, don't they? No, they don't. I thought they did, because we denied them their wish to make us their vassal. But they don't have a Casus Belli, and our relationship with them is continuing to improve pretty substantially. We're not spying on them at the moment, but that's probably going to change. So yeah, we really just need to get exploring in this area and see what we can find, because especially if there's nothing going on in this part of the galaxy, that's going to be a huge boon to the Modian Curators as far as their ability just to establish not only a bulwark that they can defend, but also establish themselves as a true power in the galaxy. I want them to be respected keepers of secrets. And we're moving in that direction, but we also don't have cloaking yet. And I was kind of hoping cloaking would pop earlier in this randomization of the tech tree than it did in the alternate universe, but so far it's not happening. We weren't getting cloaking in the alternate universe either. And hopefully it'll be here sooner than later. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are coming out every day at 4 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time.